Very good morning, children. Uh, Today we will start the new lesson, that is biodiversity and its conservation. Biodiversity. What do you mean by biodiversity? What is the importance of biodiversity? Then why should we conserve biodiversity? So keeping these points, you are going to learn this lesson of endangered species, extinct species, or endemic species. So all that we are going to learn. Is it clear? So now in this lesson, some activities are given. So those activities please read thoroughly from the textbook. So you can understand. So now what do you mean by biodiversity? If we you know that in your surroundings you are going to observe different kinds of plants, animals, and in that whatever the plants which you are observing in your surroundings, they are not same. Is it not? They are not they are not having same size or same structure or same shape, or they are not in same color. Like that we can observe. So now what do we mean that? Means the variations or differences which we are observing among the living organisms, which includes size, color, or shape, or structure. All these will make to understand the term that biodiversity. Why it is biodiversity? So living organisms. So different species of living organisms we are going to observe in the surroundings. So all these, they have their own structure or their own way of living, and they are in different sizes. So among living organisms we are observing so many differences, variations in them. So that is called as biodiversity. Is it clear to children? Then as I said you, so you please observe the different plants which you come across in your surroundings. So rose plant, tulasi plant, or banyan plant, banyan tree we call it, or neem tree. So you are observing small plants, grass plants very smaller. Then you are observing shrubs, you are observing herbs, and tall trees also you are observing. Is it not? See, all these, even if they are plants, we are observing some differences in them. Is it clear to you? Then animals, if we see cats, dogs, you will be observing in your surroundings, rats. Is it not? So all these organisms, whatever you are observing in animals, do they have same structure? No. Is it not? So they are different. So like that, so many differences we are observing in the animals also. In the previous class you learned about the microorganisms. Microorganisms. So microorganisms, again, they are not seen to the naked eye. They can be seen with the help of microscope only. And even these microorganisms are unique among all other living organisms, and these microorganisms, whatever you studied, are not in same size, same structure, or living in same mode of life. So that one we are not observing. So differences we are observing in them. So you learned about viruses, you learned about bacteria, microarthropods, fungi. Is it not, children? So protozoans, so like that different million species of microorganisms also you studied. So there also we are going to observe some varieties we are observing. Is it not? So differences we are observing, variations we are observing. Variations means what? Differences which we observe among the organisms. Is it clear? Then, so if you observe the plants, rose plants, if you take, 2 rose plants you take. Okay, rose plants. So what changes you can observe there? So if I give you plants like examples, rose plants only, just now I said. So in rose plants also you are observing some are just they grow like creepers, some they are we know that shrubs only. But what is the difference we are observing in the rose plants? Means different colored flowers we are observing of roses. Is it not, children? So even neem trees, two neem trees if you observe, or two mango trees if you observe, or two what is that, banyan trees if you observe, neem tulsi trees if you observe, some variations we are going to observe. Variations means some differences we are going to observe. Then let us take another example, insects. Okay, so give some examples of insects which you learnt, which you know. So if we observe the insects which you come across in your houses, so what kind of insects we are going to observe? You can see ants, you can see cockroaches. Is it not? Ants, cockroaches. Then flies, that we call it as house flies, mosquitoes. So like that, these insects we are observing in our houses. Okay. Apart from that, you know some other insects like grasshoppers are there, dragonflies are there, beetles are there, prawns. So all these kind of insects, if we observe, there also we are observing some differences. Is it not, children? So all insects together we can say, all plants we can say together. So plants, they have roots, they have stems, then they prepare food by the process of photosynthesis. Like that we can tell, you can understand. Whereas all other animals, if we take they cannot prepare their own food. They have to depend on other organisms, like that. So some animals, they move with 2 legs like human beings. Some animals, they move on 4 limbs. Is it clear? So some are limbless, they crawl. Snakes, all snakes, they crawl on the ground. Is it not? So like that, some differences we are going to observe in the animals also. So insects, if we say, ants are not looking like cockroaches or houseflies or mosquitoes. Mosquito will never look like houseflies or cockroaches, like that. Why it is there like that? Why it is appeared like that? Means that is because of, again, variations. Is it clear to you? Now if you take 2 ants only. 2 ants. So are ants whatever you are observing. Okay. So some ants are red in color, some ants are black in color. You can observe. Is it not, children? Some ants are very much smaller, some ants are little bit bigger. So you are observing some differences in size, shape, color. But whatever it may be, all the insects, they have some common features. Common characters are there. So what are the common characters? Head, thorax, and limbs will be seen. Head, thorax and abdomen will be seen. And all the insects, they have jointed legs. So these are the common characters. But what differences you are observing? You are observing differences in the size or shape or color, like that. So that is the reason different different colored organisms or different sized animals, like that we are going to observe. So that differences whatever we are observing are said to be variations. Is it clear to you? In the living organisms, maybe plants or animals or other organisms also. So now let us come to our human beings only. So in your class, all students are there, is it not? So like boys are not looking like girls, or girls are not looking like boys. Even boys also, if we observe, so no boy is looking like others. Is it not, children? We have some differences. Is it not? So some students, they have black pupil. Some people, they have cat eyes. Is it not? So like that. Some people, they have soft hair. Some people, they have curly hair. So some people are very much fair. Some people are not fair. Like, so some differences we are going to observe. Is it not? So even if we belong to same species, Homo sapiens, that human beings. So in human beings also, no one is looking alike. We have some differences. Is it not? So that is because of, again, variations. So now what are variations, children? Variations are the differences which are observed in the living organisms because of evolution. So that some changes are brought in the living organisms. So those changes, if they are useful, they carry forward to the next generations. So such type of changes which are more and more useful or suitable to the organisms to live in that particular environment, such type of changes whichever are brought in the living organisms are called as variations. Is it clear to you? So variations, if they are useful, they will be seen in the next generations. So if they are not seen, they perish off. Is it clear to you? So like that here, the differences we are observing in the living organisms. Is it clear to you? So now you got an idea about biodiversity. Okay. So what do you mean by biodiversity? So before we go for that, you know that what is that? Unity in diversity. In previous classes, you learned about unity in diversity in social studies. So what you can understand with that unity in diversity? India is said to be is having unity in diversity. So in our country, we are observing different states which are divided based on the languages. We have different languages and different cultures, different religions we are observing. Is it not? And different mode of food habits also we are observing. Is it clear? So that is called diversity. But whatever it may be, different language people are there, different cultured people are there, different religious people are there. Is it clear to you? Whatever it may be, we are Indians. Unity is there in a diversity. So we are diverse in nature, our country. Is it clear to you? So in what way? In culture, in languages, in the way what kind of foods they are going to take. Is it clear? So all that will make us diverse if we come across the world. So India is said to be unique. Why? Because we are having different religious people, different cultured people, like that, even if we are human beings. Is it clear to you? So that is diversity. Biodiversity means what? Among all the living organisms, starting from microorganisms to human beings, what are all the changes which we are observing in the living organisms? Size, shape, structure, the way how they are going to get their food. You know that some are herbivorous animals, some are carnivorous animals, some are said to be omnivores, some they feed on other organisms. So like that vast diversity you are observing among the living organisms. So that one we call it as a biodiversity or biological diversity. Biological diversity. So how it happened? You and me, have we changed that one? No. It is a nature's way of a life. So nature itself is a made it. So God's gift, that one. Is it clear to you? So that is said to be biological diversity or biodiversity. I hope you understood the term biodiversity. Is it clear to you? So now some activities are given in this lesson. You please go through those activities which are given. Okay. So here what points we are going to give much importance means endangered species, extinct species, then endemic species. Endemic species. Then why should we conserve? What is the need of conservation of biodiversity? All that we are going to discuss now in this class. So now here it is given on the 5th June 2013 vultures were appeared in that is Murli-Gouda forest of Bejur Mandal of Adilabad district. So why we have to know why importance is given to that vultures? Vultures are said to be natural scavengers. Is it clear to you? They are going to clean the earth's surface by eating away the dead bodies of animals or other living organisms. Is it clear to you? So here the vultures earlier they were large in number, but they are not seen. They are going to be disappearing. So naturally the earth is going to be kept very much clean. But because this natural scavengers are not there, what is going to happen? So places will be seen with dead bodies only. Is it clear to you? Then other concepts which you are learning here is said to be that scientific names of vulture is said to be Givis indicus. Scientific name of vulture, Givis indicus, and Givis tenurotris. So this is the scientific name of vulture. Why should we learn about, children? Vultures earlier they were seen large in number in our country. We can take in our state, Telangana. But now we are not observing. What are the reasons? Why should we conserve them? Okay. So just now I said vultures are natural scavengers. They are going to eat the dead organisms. Is it clear? Then the scientific name of vulture is said to be Givis indicus or Givis tenurotris. Is it clear to you? Then everyone knows on Dasara festival. So if you go to temple, so you are going to watch some birds which are kept in cages, and everyone want to see that bird. So it gives us some what is that goodness in our life, like that. So what is that bird you are going to see? That is said to be our state bird. So can you guess, children, what is our state bird? State bird. So that state bird is a Palapitta. So Palapitta is our state bird. So what is the scientific name of this Palapitta? Blue ray Indian roller. Blue ray Indian roller is our state bird. Blue ray Indian roller is our state bird. In Telugu it is called as a Palapitta. So now its scientific name is Coracius bengalensis. Scientific name of Palapitta is Coracius bengalensis is the scientific name of our state bird Palapitta. So you will be given questions, sir. Give the name of our state bird, state animal, like that you will be observing in GK questions. So state bird, what is that state bird? Palapitta. So earlier these were large in number. Is it clear? So Palapitta, in commonly it is called blue ray Indian roller, and scientific name of this Palapitta is Coracius bengalensis. But nowadays we are not observing these birds in large number. What are the reasons why vultures are disappearing? Why the Palapitta are not seen? Why our state birds are not seen? What are the reasons? Means the reasons for disappearing of the organisms in our surroundings is said to be human activities actually speaking. Okay, so now here what kind of reasons are there means because of changes in the environmental changes. Okay, then many people, especially farmers, they are going to use insecticides indiscriminately. So insecticides or pesticides. The reasons for disappearing of some of the birds or other organisms in our surroundings are because of human activities, I said. Okay, so what are the human activities? That uses of insecticides and pesticides indiscriminately by the farmers. Is it clear to you? So what are insecticides and pesticides? So these insecticides and pesticides, they are said to be chemicals. Insecticides and pesticides. These are chemicals, poisonous chemicals. No doubt, they help the farmers in protecting the crop from the insects and pests. Is it clear to children? So insects and pests which are causing harm to the crops are killed or controlled by spraying insecticides and pesticides. So we must use this in required amounts only. Where it is necessary, when it is necessary, how much quantity we have to spray. That must be taken into consideration. Is it clear? So, but unfortunately what is happening? These poisonous chemicals are sprayed in large scale, in excess amounts they are sprayed. Because of that, what will happen means the birds or the other insects which are visiting the fields, but for to collect the food. So they are helping in pollination process also. They visit flowers for collecting nectar. Is it clear to you? So when that process is going to happen, the pesticide or insecticide remnants, whatever are present, so they are making the birds or other organisms to disappear from this world. Is it clear to you? Then next one is said to be non-availability of food. Non-availability of food for them, and urbanization, industrialization, and deforestation. All these are going to lead to the environmental changes. So the environment means the surroundings in which we live is called environment. So usually what we must observe in the environment, seasonally we must have summer and rains in a proper rainy season. But all over the world, if we see at certain parts, heavy floods we are observing nowadays. Is it not, children? At certain places, too much of that snow storms we are observing. What are the reasons? Means that is because of human activities. Is it clear to you? Like deforestation you can take, or industrialization, or urbanization. So all these are going to result in bringing the changes in the environment, and because of that environmental changes, what is happening means the organisms which are living in the surroundings or in particular area, they are not getting food, or they are losing their habitats, like forest you can take. So because of that, the organisms are getting disappearing. I hope you understood what is the effect of that. So the organisms are going to be disappearing, like maybe vultures or palapittas, they are going to be disappeared. They are going to be not seen. So if it is happening, but they have they are also a part and part of our nature. Apart from that, they are useful to us. Is it not, children? Each and every living organism whichever is present in this world, they have their own way of life, and they are also going to play a key role in the environment. Is it not? So we slowly started learning about that uses which we are getting from these organisms. Then if they are not there, we are going to have some problems. So that's why to protect them, what we have to do means, that is you are learning under conservation. Is it clear to you? So we have to conserve nature. How we can conserve the nature? That we are going to discuss in this lesson. So you learned about biodiversity and how we are responsible, how we are causing what is that loss to the biodiversity, and we have realized what are the effects of that and how we can conserve. That is very important for you. Is it clear? Because you are said to be future citizens, so you must take care of the nature. So if we take care of the nature, definitely the environment will be very much pleasant. Is it clear to you? So where all other organisms along with us can survive. Otherwise our life will become miserable. Is it clear to you? That is about here conservation. Coming to the next point here, let us learn about a case study. Okay. So Ramagundam, you know that it is present in our Telangana state only. It was earlier in Karimnagar district. Now Bhadradri, Kottagudem district, I think Ramnagar it is, Ramagundam it is there. So now what for it is famous? So Ramagundam, when we see before 60 to 70 years back, so 60 to 70 years back, 60 to 70 years back, Ramagundam was a forest reserve. So thick forest we used to observe. Have you followed? That too Nallamala forest we used to have in that particular area. So we are learning, you are going to study, you are going to take that example Ramagundam, how it was before 60 years and how it is now. Why it happened there like that. That we are going to discuss. Is it clear to you? So Ramagundam earlier it was a dense forest, a part and part of this what is that? Nallamala forest. Is it clear to you? And there we used to observe million species of plants, starting from small to big range of trees we used to observe. Is it clear? And animals like tigers, leopards, then deers, hyenas, bears, pythons, cobras, crocodiles. Okay. So porcupines, like that, different species of animals we used to observe. Of all these animals, which animals were seen more means that is said to be tigers. Earlier that Ramagundam forest was treated as a tiger valley. Tiger valley. Okay. So some 15 to 20 years back, if we say, if we want to go to Srisailam, so before we reach that forest area, the driver used to stop the bus. Only daytime journey was there. But nowadays we are not, it is not happening. So even now also we are going to observe the bus, that journey will be stopped after 11 o'clock. So before 11 they have to reach that Srisailam forest. This is why? Because very few number of maybe animals, wild animals we observe there, because it may be because of human interventions. Now what will happen means the organisms may be getting any harm, so that's why they are going to stop. Okay, near Sunnipenta they will stop. So afterwards they will early hours of the day they can start reaching Srisailam. Is it clear to you? I hope you understood. So earlier it was said to be, Ramagundam was said to be a forest reserve, and we used to observe large number of animals. Different varieties of animals were seen, like tigers, leopards, cheetahs, then deers, hyenas, cobras, pythons. All these species of animals were seen. But later what happened means here some change has been happened in Ramagundam. Change happened means that is human intervention. So the government started that is a national, that is NTPC. NTPC. What is the meaning of this National Thermal Power Corporation? Is it clear to you? National Thermal Power Corporation. So a very big company was started. What is that industry like? So what it was doing? So it is producing power. Power means electricity. using coal. We know that in our state coal mines are there, is it not? So Singareni coal mines. So coal, with the help of coal, we are going to get, we are generating electricity. So that electricity we are using for our daily routine. Is it clear to you? So electricity is needed or not for different works. So in near Ramagunda, National Thermal Power Corporation was started for the first time. How it was started? By evacuating the forest land. So we need a very big area for installing any company or industry. Is it clear to children? So we cleaned or evacuated the forest, and forest land was used for this industry where power is produced. Is it clear to you? So because of that, what happened here? Slowly other industries also started raising in that particular area. Okay? Other than power industry, other industries also were started there. Then if industries are there, people who are working there, they have to live there only. So the human dwellings also, means houses also were constructed. Other facilities for human beings were made there. How it happened means only by evacuating the forest land. Is it clear to you? So in that way, so many changes, environmental changes have been brought in that particular area of Ramagundam. Slowly what happened to the nature means disappearing of the living organisms like tigers or hyenas or cheetahs. Slowly it started disappearing. Is it clear to you? So in the beginning it was not there like that. But nowadays we are not observing. Earlier it was called as forest tiger valley, but nowadays we are not going to observe that one. So now because of human interventions, so nowadays we are not observing tigers or other wild animals, but nowadays we are observing only animals like germandals, then peacocks. Peacocks are seen there. Is it clear to you? So why, what for we are observing these animals but not the animals which were living there? So those animals, they don't have place to study there, to live there, and they cannot survive in that environmental conditions. Slowly they started disappearing. But one or two snake species we are going to observe. So you know that peacocks are seen more. Why? Why peacocks are seen more means peacock's food is snakes. Is it not, children? Peacocks eat snakes. That's why we are observing more number of snakes in that area. So now here, what it is going to make you to understand, earlier it was called as a Tiger Valley, but not now. Why? Because what is the difference between the situation regarding types of animals present 70 years ago and now? And means earlier days we observed large number of tigers or cheetahs or other animals like porcupines, hyenas, etc. But not now. Why? Because human interventions. Is it clear to children? Then do we find tigers anywhere else in our country? Are we going to observe tigers in other parts of the country? Means yes, it is. So Sundarbans we are observing, West Bengal. Okay, and even Nallamala forest also we observe tigers. Then peacocks, why we are observing means peacocks are fond of eating snakes. So that's why peacocks are seen nowadays more in number near the Ramagundam area. Is it clear to children? So here when animals vanish forever from that particular area, then what we are going to say means that is said to be that particular group of organisms are going to become extinct. Is it clear to you? Understood? So about extinct species, then endangered species, how we can get the information, then endemic species, why should we know, all that we will discuss tomorrow. Thank you.